And in fact, I may have mentioned it before, my wife calls me the China King of Knoxville, or Replacements West. Hey everyone, Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures. Welcome to another update video. Today I'm going to talk about sales from 4 different platforms, 5 if you count a social media sale that we had. But first, I do want to mention that we've expanded our brick and mortar locations. We're now in 3 booths, with the newest one just being added in the last couple of weeks. We have our original booth at Granny Sadiq Antique in historic downtown Clinton, Tennessee. Here's Granny Sadiq. At this booth, we have lots of antique and vintage items. It's also where we sell all of our vinyl records, as you can see there on the left. That's our biggest space. We have the equivalent of 4 booths there, and we're right inside the front door at Granny's, so when you walk in, you can't miss us. We also still have our booth at Bearden Antique Mall, which is in Knoxville and Homburg Place. Here's the Bearden booth, and we also have lots of antique and vintage items here. This is where we sell most of our artwork. We have what you can see in our booth downstairs here, and we're just to the right of the cash register when you walk in. Then we also have a lot of artwork upstairs. So if you're looking for vintage and antique art, we've got you covered there, in addition to just other great vintage and antique items. And then we have our newest location, which is at West End Antiques in West Knoxville near West Town Mall, and that is right next door to IHOP and Olive Garden, so it sits right in between there. And it's in the old Crouch Florist building, if you're from Knoxville and familiar with that. It's still somewhat of a work in progress, but it is starting to fill up nicely. As you can see, we have artwork, we have just vintage and antique items, we have some furniture. So if you're in the area, make sure you stop in and see us. At West End, we're located in the very back. You go past the bathrooms, and then we're just on the left. We'll jump into what's sold now, and the first item is a Facebook Marketplace sale, and it's this Aztec Mayan warrior resin figurine. It's green. This was a thrift shop pickup for just a couple of dollars, sold for $38 plus the buyer paid shipping. That was a very quick sale. I believe it sold the same day that I listed it. I've always had good luck with any of these types of things, whether it be the green resin figurines. I don't know if you've seen the Mayan calendars that are the round discs that are made of this same material. Those have always sold real well. So if you see these when you're out, make sure you pick them up. We'll move on to Etsy next, and this sells a set of 3 Clay City pottery bowls. I'd sold the larger, this was originally a 5-piece set, but shipping all 5 of those together was going to be a little challenging. So I separated them into the 2 larger mixing bowls, and those sold almost immediately upon listing a while back. And then these 3 smaller bowls just sold. It was a 5-inch bowl, a 6-inch bowl, and a 7-inch bowl. And as you can see, they nest together. And these sold for $85 plus the buyer paid shipping. This was a consignment deal, so I roughly got 50% of the profit on those after fees and shipping. Moving on to our next sale, which was on Macari. And as mentioned, we sold on 4 different platforms this week, and 5 if you count the Instagram sale that I'm going to show later. And all that's thanks to List Perfectly. If you're not using List Perfectly and you're a reseller and you're not currently cross-posting, give it a try. It really changed my reselling life and exponentially grew my sales. If you do want to give it a try, you can go to listperfectly.com, use code FHV for 30% off your first month. Anyway, getting back to the sale here, these were some Fontanini nativity figurines, and I believe in a previous video I may have showed the Santa Claus, one of these that had sold earlier, but I bought these at the same time at a thrift shop. And these sold for $22. I did take a best offer on those, plus the buyer paid shipping. I've mentioned before, I always have really good luck with any religious items, but nativity scenes sell especially well. So moving into my eBay sales, and this is a little bit outside of what I normally sell, but I did buy a whole lot of wrestling figurines from an online auction. and this was one of them. I've sold a couple of them already. This was a Bradshaw and Farouk figurine from WWF SmackDown. And this sold for $33.75. I took a best offer. The buyer did pay shipping. And then moving on, kind of my strangest sale of the week, the Samsonite iPod socks. So it was for an iPod Nano, and I assume they were just like covers, kind of like the screen protectors or phone protectors today. But it's literally just a piece of fabric. I guess I didn't take it out of the package since it was sealed, but they look like a sock, and you can put your iPod Nano in it. So I assume that people must still have the iPod Nanos because somebody bought this for $26 with free shipping. And this was part of the big reseller lot that I obtained earlier. I've talked about that in previous videos. So my cost of goods sold in this was very, very low. And then finally, I'll put these three eBay sales together. They all went to the same buyer, and it were these H & Company, which is Heinrich & Company, China, from Germany. I think they bought all that I had left. So there were 2 salad plates that sold. So that would have been $27 plus shipping for the salad plates. And then there were 2 of the bread plates, and those sold for almost $10 a piece. So just under $20 plus the buyer paid shipping on those as well. And then finally, 2 of the cereal bowls. And there were also, I think actually there was just 1 pair of these left. So it was four salad plates, 4 bread plates, and 2 cereal bowls. All those went to the same person. So I was able to combine shipping and refund a little bit back to the buyer on these. But as I've mentioned, I sell a lot of China. I look at that as a niche that not that many people want to deal in because of the breakable aspect. So always be, looking outside, thinking outside the box, for things that you can sell that maybe not as many other people sell. I do very well with China. And in fact, I may have mentioned it before. My wife calls me the China King of Knoxville or Replacements West. Thanks for watching. Just a reminder, if you like the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Consider subscribing to our channel. And also, if you are interested in using List Perfectly that I mentioned earlier in the video, go to listperfectly.com to learn more. You can use code FHV for 30% off your first month. Or if you're already using List Perfectly and want to try a higher plan, I'm on the Pro plan, and I find I definitely get the most bang for my buck from that. You can also use it for 30% off any upgrade. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.